Good afternoon everybody and welcome to today's webinar. I'm Ollie and today we're going to be running through customer offers in Prima. If you've got any questions during or after the session, Mike will be on the live chat today, so feel free to ask away. Okay, so as you can see on screen now, these are the key areas that we're going to be running through today. So how to set up structured customer offers in the Prima admin area, applying the customer offers to companies either individually, company by company, or through the grid manager, and also setting system keys to make sure every time you do create a new company they're getting a customer offer assigned to them each time. So getting some kind of mandatory fields in there to make sure that whoever's creating the companies, sales reps or admin team, whatever it may be, are actually kind of populating the information they need to as well. Okay, so then so actually setting up a customer offer. So if I just switch to my live screen, and as you can see here, so I've got the Prima login box and I've got the admin behind me. So just for those that don't know, the application here, click on the drop down, click administration, hit sign in, and that'll then take you into the screen which is behind us. So let's pretend, hit sign in, and now we're into this section here. So actually setting up a customer offer would be through the general area, and then near the bottom we've got customer offers. So a bit of background on customer offers. What you can do is actually set up what's called pricing bands in Prima, which are over here. And they relate to then the VOW pricing bands, the spices, the exertis, or you can create your own and assign them manually to other suppliers' catalogues as well. So effectively from a pricing band point of view, we do have a separate webinar on that. So I'd advise watching that one before this one, because this one is, I guess, actually once the pricing bands are set up already, actually assigning those to customer offers. So as an example, just to kind of give you a summary of that, a pricing band for VOW for letter A would be their top 100 Q-Connect lines. So from there, then you may offer, I don't know, 30% margin, or you may offer a discount structure on just those products. And if I just click into pricing bands just for kind of reference, you can see in this kind of training database all the different bands that have been set up. So if it was the case that VOW band A was set to a margin band, then you can attach that then to a customer offer. So each time you go into a company record, you can manually add in pricing bands. So you can say, right, okay, customer Ollie Rolls FC, he's going to get VOW band A for 20%, he's going to get VOW band B for 30%. So you can do it individually through the pricing bands and through kind of individual customers, but the customer offers is actually designed to capture more than one band in an offer at once and then quickly apply those offers then to your customers. So actually set up a customer offer then. If I go into customer offers here, and as you can see on this test database, I've set up gold offer, silver and bronze as well. So just an idea of how you can use it. So the bronze offer, if I click into that one first, that then has potentially kind of higher margins or lesser discounts as such within here. So you can see, right, they've got the spices A, 40% margin, VOW A, 40%. So this is just an example of what you could potentially have set up. So that's the bronze offer. But then if you went for the silver offer, they may then go into the next one up, and from that they get in then 30% rather than 40% on a margin based structure. So just for your info as well, the pricing bands at the moment in the system until kind of June time, they are restricted to either discount or margin. In the release in June time, I believe it will be, it will be able to be kind of flexible per pricing band. So VOW band A and spice band A as an example doesn't have to be stuck at margin. It can be either discount or margin depending on the customer you're setting up, and that'll also be available from the customer offer section as well. Okay, so from here, creating a new one then. So let's pretend we've got gold, silver and bronze, and we're wanting to set one up now for a prospect kind of offer. So a really good one that's even better than gold, and it's going to be something we use to kind of win business and then switch them over to a different offer. So when I click add customer offer, it's just going onto my other screen there, so I'll just drag it back over. You then give it a name. So as an example, we're going to call this one the prospecting offer. Okay, once you're happy with it, hit save. You can then add band, and at the bottom here you can then pick the bands that you want to apply to this offer. So it may be the case that you're not going to offer them discounts on VOW products and exertis, and you're just going to do it for spices, or vice versa. So let's say for example we're going to do the VOW ones. So I can see, right, VOW band A, margin band, which is what that M symbolises, and from there I'm going to say, right, okay, they're going to get it for something really ridiculous at 10% margin. Okay, so update that. I can add a new one, so add band again, click into your band, pick the one you want to use. So we'll go for B, and again something ridiculous, 10. So just kind of the numbers and stuff you decide yourself obviously, but this is the way then you add it into the system. Okay, so let's pretend we've added the bands and we've gone through all the ones that we're wanting to set up. So once you're happy with it, hit save, close out, and that offer then is created and ready to use in the system. Okay, so from a back office point of view, if you went into Prima Client, into your company section, if I just open this company record here, from the products and pricing section, that is then when you can add in your customer offer in the top right. So as I mentioned, you can add in bands individually, so you can say, right, Val Band A, they're going to get 10%, 20%, C 30, whatever it may be. Otherwise, you've got your customer offers here, and you can say, right, okay, these aren't a prospect, they're a fairly decent customer, so I'm going to give them the silver offer rather than the gold offer. So I can say, right, silver offer, that's what you're getting. Hit save, and then automatically all the pricing bands apply at once. So rather than having to do it each time, and it also allows you to have a structured kind of pricing band kind of setup as well in the background. So you know for a fact that when you offer them the silver one, they're going to get 30% off these brands. You might get 20% off the B. So this is just, again, just a test setup, so you can have it as kind of set up whatever way you want to. Okay. So that's it, applying the customer offer individually. So you can come into it, apply the offer, so we can switch it to gold, hit save, and that would then update. Okay, so if you're wanting to do that in bulk, so let's say for example you've set up your customer offers for the first time today, and you're now wanting to run through your customer records and actually add those in. So what you can do is from the company grid manager here, you can click into there and then actually run a search based on, I don't know, account manager. You can look on a certain classification that you might be using. The company types, let's say we're looking for all customers that are assigned to, I don't know, let's say the account manager of myself. So you can run a search and you can see then there's only 2 accounts for me, but on this test database. So in theory, it may be the case that you run a search for all customers and you're going to apply just a kind of blanket pricing band structure to everyone, because you don't want to have gold, silver, bronze. You just want like a kind of a casual customer offer that everyone has. So what you can do then, you can go to the result and see who actually returns in that grid. So it's the Prima Training Database own company, and that company we're just in then. We can go to the change tab, and then from here then you can say, right, okay, these customers, they're then entitled to the silver offer, hit apply, and then from the kind of list of options you've got in there, pick your offer, hit apply, and that then updates the multiple company records from this kind of grid manager rather than individually one by one changing them. So in theory you may have 100 records in here, 1,000 records, whatever it may be. You can hit apply and they then would all go onto that kind of pricing structure from there. Okay. So when you are creating a new company in the system, and maybe sometimes the customer offer is not being added straight away, and some of your customers aren't getting the kind of pricing bands and discounts and margin structures that they should be, something you can do, so back into the admin area, you can go into system keys, and the bottom one there for company default. So we do have a webinar on company management, which is this is kind of covered in full as well. But what you can do here, there's a field for either a default customer offer. So by default, they would then receive the kind of bronze offer just by default. So you don't have to kind of remember to hit a drop down and click more buttons. You can have a default set in there. Or if you're wanting to prompt whoever's actually creating it, you can say, right, okay, select this one here. So customer offer, mandatory on company creation. You can double click into there, say, yeah, I want that mandatory. So then if they try to create a company without actually assigning them a customer offer, they couldn't create that company until they've done so. So that's just a prompt then to making sure that everyone's got customer offers and your database and your companies are all kind of getting what they should be as such. Okay, and just to show you from a pricing band point of view, so again this is covered on pricing bands kind of webinar, but what that actually relates to in the system is if I go into publications and catalogues, and let's use the Val Band A as the example again. So I can go into the Val Standard Catalogue, and from here if I hit search, that's going to return all 18,000, 20,000 products, whatever it may be, in the Val Catalogue. What I can do, I can either search on pricing band, or I can search on info for, which this field here is where the suppliers put their data for their suggestions. So if I put letter A into here, this is Val saying letter A is these products. So in terms of the lettering, if you're not too familiar with it, it's probably worth either contacting our customer care team or contacting the supplier directly, and they'll be able to provide you with the actual matrix to say, right, Val Band A relates to top 100 lines, B relates to then the kind of medium usage lines, whatever it may be, E might be, I don't know, furniture or EOS, whatever it may be per different supplier, and you can actually then from there say, right, okay, for that range of products I'm going to do 20% margin, for that range I'm going to do 30%. So you can actually kind of chop and change, set up the kind of pricing bands that you need to, and then put those into your customer offers in the system. Okay, so just to kind of recap then, if I go back onto the key talking points image, so we run through actually setting up a structured customer offer in the admin, so go into add customer offer, build in your customer offer, whether it be prospecting, silver, gold, whatever you want to call it, setting those up. We've run through applying the companies individually, so go into that customer offer drop down, hit and apply and save in each company record, or alternatively if you're doing it in bulk via the grid manager, and then also setting the system keys, so then you can either have the mandatory or the default customer offer on company creation as well, just to kind of for a time saving feature as well. Okay, so yeah, that is everything for today. If you are watching this back, you can email training@primasoftware.co.uk, but if you're watching this live now, then feel free to ask away in the live chat. Myself and Mike will be free to answer any questions. So yeah, thank you for your time today. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.